We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. Tonight was the State of the Union address, and President Trump said yesterday that he was expecting the speech to be long. Oh, yeah, I think we're all expecting that. You're incapable of being brief. Even if you were just going to read a haiku, I would expect 2 intermissions. President Trump tonight delivered his State of the Union address. We tape early, so I'll go ahead and fact check in advance. Not true. Not true. OJ's white Bronco was not driven by Joe Biden. Not true, not true. And actually, Jonathan Bailey is people's sexiest man alive. So let's get that straight. During a White House event yesterday, President Trump complained that he does not get credit for his accomplishments, but does get credit for other people's. That's right, President Trump complained that he does not get credit for his accomplishments and added, quote, "If I came up with a cure for cancer, they would say he should have done it years ago." I don't know, I feel like if you came up with a cure for cancer, I would lose respect for cancer. During the same event, President Trump said that crazed shooters only go after consequential presidents and added that John F. Kennedy was consequential because, quote, "there was a glamour there." Yeah, that's why they're going after you. The glamour. Can we go? I have an interesting question about that one, Wally. Can we go back to the 2 cards? I feel like you spelled glamour 2 different ways. All right, so there's the punchline with the U. And in the first one, just the no.
Yeah. I was just in London, so that's the London spelling, the British spelling of it.
Oh, you were in London, so you wanted to do one for us and one for them?
Yeah.
Understood. I respect. The tip of the cap, Wally.
Chip, chip, cheerio.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was reelected yesterday as the head of the ruling political party. I think because he got out and really talked to the people, unlike his opponent, who never left his grave. The CEO of Domino's said in a new interview that the pizza chain is looking to double its market share, in part by targeting lower-income customers. Oh, you mean hoping rich people order Domino's hasn't worked? What's the matter? They can't read the pizza tracker through their monocle? Rich people are still wearing monocles, right? I worried that was a dated reference. Did you see a lot of monocles over in foggy London town?
I did, actually, yeah.
So lucky that we have Wally now to go to for her. Our England news. New York-based food companies issued a recall for more than 9,000 pounds of family-size Italian-style frozen meatballs after customers reported finding pieces of metal, though if they were really Italian-style, the company would have just said, "Eat around it." I don't know. You been to Italy recently? Is that how they talk? No? Okay.
Sorry.
All right. The pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk announced today that it will reduce the cost of its weight loss drugs in 2027 by up to 50%. Of course, the hard part will be keeping it off. Guess what? That was a test and you all passed. Finally, the restaurant chain Applebee's this week began offering a New Orleans-themed Big Easy burger, which features pepper jack cheese, spicy mustard, and Dewey sausage, and this is nice, a jazz funeral. And that was a monologue, everybody! We got a great show for you tonight. He's a fantastic actor. You know, from his starring role on Monk, as well as The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Catch him in Antigone, this play I read in high school beginning February 26th at the Public Theater right here in New York City. Tony Shalhoub, back on the show. You know her from Dying for Sex and Parks and Recreation, as well as her amazing film, Marcel the Shell. With Shoes On, she's making her Broadway debut in All Out, comedy about ambition, now playing at the Nederlander Theater. Our friend Jenny Slate is back on the show! And he is chef partner of the 86 and co-creator of The Corner Store. He is going to show us how to make the perfect steak. I'm very excited about it. Michael Vignola will also be joining us. Taylor Tomlinson on Family Trips this week. An incredible conversation with her. Highly recommend. Hey, also, real quick today, 12th anniversary of Late Night. How about that, you guys? 12th anniversary. And, you know, it's in my office today trying to reflect and couldn't come up with anything. Not a single memory. And you know why? Because I'm always looking forward. You know what? You know what the best SNL? You know what the best late night we're ever gonna do? I said SNL. Well, I'm talking about living in the future. I'm like, you know, SNL. I mean, late night. You know, the best show we're ever gonna do is tonight. You were like, write down some remarks. I'm like, I'll wing it. The 98th Academy Awards. I've moved on. The 98th Academy Awards are just a few weeks away. Here to take us through the nominees is late night writer and Criterion Closet enthusiast Mike Scollins with the Schollywood Minute.
What's up, Seth?
Hey, Scollins. Just before we start, you know, I bring you out to do these because you're a big movie fan. We love your insights, but you know, I do feel like they always just turn into a roast of me.
Oh, that was the old me. You're living in the past.
All right. That's great to hear because I am very excited about this. So let's talk about the movies.
All right. And as you insisted, we'll start with the white men.
Oh, my God.
Up first, Ethan Hawke's nominated for Best Actor in Blue Moon. Now, Blue Moon's about a guy who's jealous of his more talented partner's success. It's the wrong photo. That's a shame. But I get why they would make that mistake.
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding. Your podcast is just as good. Besides, the guy in Blue Moon clearly has a drinking problem. Wait, is this movie about you?
You know what? Just move on from Blue Moon.
All right, you got it. We've also got Sinners, the most nominated movie in Oscar history. Applause kind of feels like stolen valor, but all right. Now, this movie is really scary. For us, because of the vampires, and for Seth, because of the interracial couple.
Scollins! You can't say that.
Okay, well, now I have nothing for one battle after another.
Oh, my God. What else is nominated?
Sentimental Value.
Great.
Seth hasn't gone through this many tissues in the theater since The Housemaid.
No.
Also nominated for Best Picture, F1. Wouldn't be a problem. All right. Seth, weren't you just talking about F1?
Was I?
Yeah. You said I want a F1 of the interns?
How have we allowed this to be a recurring segment? Just tell me who's the best actress.
Your wife when she has an orgasm.
In a film.
Oh, she would never let you film that.
Okay, you know what? But it's snubs. Let's talk about Oscar snubs. Who was snubbed this year?
Bradley Cooper's Is This Thing On? Not to be confused with Seth's movie, Is This Thing In?
Okay, you know what? That's not a real movie. You made that up.
Would you rather I talk about your real movie?
No. Just go back to Is This Thing In?
But the biggest snub was for my king, Adam Sandler and Jay Kelly.
Oh, man, yeah, I love that movie. When they showed clips of Clooney's best work and he got all teary-eyed.
Well, I'm glad you think so, Seth, because I had to make one for you.
Where is it?
They couldn't find anything.
You know what? We're done. I can't believe I trust you. What is the one thing you're hoping to see at the Oscars?
You and the In Memoriam.
You were confident about that one as the closer?
Pretty good about it.
Mike Scollins, ladies and gentlemen!
Adam Sandler's the best actor.
We will be right back with Tony Shalhoub.